What's up everybody, this is Danny, and today I've partnered with Sony to show you something very special. This is my brand new Sony Entertainment living room setup. Let's go. I am so happy that I found an audio solution to take my entertainment setup to the next level. I enjoy a clean and minimal living room design, so a wired system with tower speakers is really not an option where my Sony setup blends in nicely. I have a lot of thoughts, but let's start with the heart of the visual experience, the Sony A90J OLED. I am impatiently waiting for the Sony A95K. I cannot wait until that QD OLED hits this entertainment stand, but the A90J is still a beautiful TV. If you have seen some of my past smart home tours, then I'm still using this gorgeous BDI Element storage console. I love this pattern, and I can hide all of my gaming goodness in here, including the PlayStation 5. So this is the ultimate entertainment center with amazing cable management. There's some accent lighting back here with a light strip to give it some flair, but I kept it simple. It might be a little too simple for some, but I love it. So everything that I'm gonna show you today is gonna be linked in the description, just in case you wanna pick something up or you just wanna check current pricing. I got you covered. Of course, you already know that Sony TVs are absolutely beautiful and the picture quality is top notch. And with streaming optimizations with Bravia Core and Pure Stream, you get a higher picture quality and sound fidelity. So I couldn't wait to add audio enhancements that would really match the visual experience. The obstacle of adding true theater sound to a living room setup like this is honestly aesthetics. Rear speakers are usually wall mounted or put on large stands and they have to be plugged in. So it's a challenge hiding wires, and the big tower speakers stick out like a sore thumb most of the time. And in my opinion, it's hard to make them look good unless you have a dedicated room for a theater. But I'm excited to share with you that I found the solution. The Sony SA-RS5s can double as completely wireless rear speakers because they have a built-in battery that can last up to 10 hours with fast charging, and they have up-firing speakers too to complete that full sound field. These paired with the HT-A7000 soundbar and the SA-SW5 subwoofer has transformed my living room audio. But for contrast, I have also had the opportunity to test the smaller HT-A5000 soundbar and the SW3 subwoofer and the SA-RS3S rear speakers, so I can tell you how they compare later on in this video, so stay tuned. Let me show you how easy it is to use this audio combo and how powerful it is, but let me start with this. By no means do you need all three of these to get a good audio experience. Just the soundbars themselves will give you great sound with up-firing speakers, beam tweeters, and built-in subwoofers. For the first couple of days, I only use the soundbars just to see what they sound like alone, and they're bassier than I thought they would be. So I think a lot of people would be happy with just the soundbar alone. But here's what I suggest. If you pick up the soundbar and it sounds good to you, then don't add anything. But if you want that deep theater bass rumble, then definitely pick up one of the subwoofers. And then if you want to take your surround sound to the next level, then you can expand with some rear speakers. So it's all up to you and what you need. It's totally customizable. There are so many sound systems and soundbars out there with similar specs, and they can get a little bit confusing. It's kind of like a smartphone. They all kind of do the same thing. They look alike. There are so many to choose from, but really it comes down to the software and the features to differentiate it, and this is no different. Sony really took it to the next level with 360 spatial sound mapping, and what this will do is synthesize sound waves from real speakers in the room to create phantom speakers in missing areas to make it sound like you have speakers everywhere. And the sound optimization is really easy to do. Let me show you how to do it. But when you first plug in or set up the soundbar, you will be prompted to do this. But on the remote, all you have to do is hit the home button, and then you will see this screen here. Just hit that button and watch the magic happen. Seriously, that's it. That's all it takes, and you can start enjoying your surround system right away. And let me tell you something, this sounds absolutely incredible. Sounds are coming from everywhere. The built-in microphones measure the speaker position and ceiling height, so it doesn't matter if you have an odd living room setup like I do. It's not a perfect square, but it does a great job with phantom speakers. And what I love about having compatible TVs like the A90J in this audio setup is you can take advantage of the acoustic center sync technology where it uses the TV as the center channel. All you need to do is connect the cable that comes with the soundbar to the TV and that's it. The entire TV is the speaker. If you didn't know, on TVs like the A90J, there are actuators behind the panel that emit sound waves. So if I was to walk across a screen like this, you'd be able to hear the audio movement. That's pretty neat. So here's my setup in a nutshell. I have the TV as the center channel, the soundbar taking care of the forward, side, and ceiling, the subwoofer giving the entire system depth, and I have rear speakers that are providing the full surround, and the RS5s are also shooting up towards the ceiling with its upfiring speakers, so this combination has the entire sound field covered. I've owned so many soundbars and audio combos in my life, and I'm lucky enough that I've been able to test out more than the average person, but this by far is the best combo that I've ever tested. The vocals are crisp and forward, and the balance is fantastic between varying scenes like dialogue and action. And with the TV as the center channel, I'm not getting those missing muddy mids, and the subwoofer kicks in heavy when it needs to. If you love that extra bass, you might want to consider the bigger SW5 subwoofer, but the SW3 also filled this room well. I'm not used to having that rear speaker option in my living room, so watching the end scene in Spider-Man No Way Home, the sounds are moving everywhere behind me and around me, and this totally changes the movie experience. I literally couldn't turn it off because how amazing it was, and the system does a great job with creating phantom speakers. It's subtle, but it's definitely noticeable. So you won't be disappointed for a system that is so low profile and can blend into the living room so easily. It's a mind-blowing experience with the spatial sound mapping. Also, if you're a gamer, I know that gaming on headphones, that's a good experience, but you haven't experienced gaming until you're using this type of setup. It's a totally different experience, and playing the PS5 on this, you're gonna need that. If you already own one of these Sony soundbars, and let's talk about these, the RS5s, I've been dreaming of a viable, truly wireless rear speaker system, and this is definitely something that you need to look into. These are quite a bit bigger than the RS3S and a different shape. They are rounded in the front and covered with cloth material. There are built-in microphones, a tweeter, and a full-range speaker with passive radiator, so they sound legit. And there is an upfiring speaker up here, which is the focal point, and these can be mounted on the wall or with traditional speaker stands, so you have the flexibility if you want to plug them in. But if you use them like I do, which is completely wireless, they have a built-in 10-hour battery, so you can literally place these anywhere, like on a console table or even in your kitchen, right behind you if you want. You have full control. I've been placing them behind me on the kitchen island, and it's been working great so far here. I've been having a lot of fun moving them around and testing them to see where they sound best. So what I really appreciated is this little optimize button here. It's built into the speaker unlike the other rear speakers, so if I decide to move them, I can hit it and it automatically triggers the sound optimization, so when I move them around, it's very handy to have on the speaker itself. I hit this every time that I reposition them, and I suggest you do the same because I want the best performance out of these speakers. This has changed my entertainment experience in my house because when I'm watching a movie, I can just bust these bad boys out, and then when I'm done, I can just put them away. So to me, that's invaluable. And the RS5s are wife design approved, so that is a major win. Next, I want to talk about the differences between the two soundbars and the audio combos because I think that some people might be torn on which one to get. One is a little bit more compact, and you can also save some money in the process. So let me share with you what I think about them. The first thing is there is a notable size difference, and that's because the A7000 is a 7.1.2 system with 2 extra drivers compared to the A5000's 5.1.2, and the larger soundbar has 50 watts more power, so keep that in mind when you're purchasing. The design is also a little different. On the top, the A7000 has a glossy finish along with a cloth mesh that is covering the upfiring speakers, where the A5000 has a matte leatherish type texture with the speaker grill covering the upfiring speakers, so let me know which one that you think looks better. Besides the eARC out HDMI port, the A7000 does have an extra HDMI port with 2 additional ports, where the A5000 has 1 extra, but what's awesome is they can both support HDMI 2.1 pass-through, so you can hook up PS5s and consoles directly through the soundbar and get that 4K 120Hz goodness. If you have a Sony TV like the A90J, the A5000 has plenty of clearance with the gap between the TV, but the A7000 will be a tighter fit, so keep that in mind. You might want to wall mount this for the best look. The best way that I can describe the differences between the soundbars is that the larger HT7000 has a little bit of extra oomph because it has extra power, so you're getting a little richer sound, a little better vocal clarity, and you're getting a bigger sound stage, and that's expected with the extra drivers. And I also found that it does fill my living room a little bit better, but it all depends on the space that you're trying to fill. But let me tell you, I think you'll be happy with the sound quality on either one of these soundbars. They both have dual built-in subwoofers and 2 beam tweeters and support Dolby Atmos, DTS:X, and 360 spatial sound mapping, so you're good with either. And they both have Google Assistant, Alexa, and HomeKit support, so I think that's also a major win. The one feature you will miss out on the A5000 is the immersive AE feature that you'll find on the A7000. This gives you that extra surround sound optimization that takes a little extra advantage of that vertical surround engine and gives you some extra depth with overhead and height effects. Depends on your audio preferences, this can be a good thing to toggle on and off to try, but I wouldn't let this feature stop you from buying the HT5000 if that's what you're interested in. If you don't own a Sony TV and you just want to get the audio set up, you can definitely do that because it works with any TV. Pushing the home button on the remote will take you to the HDMI menu. But if you do use the system with the Sony TV, the quick menu is really nice to have where you can change a lot of the settings on the fly, so it pairs up really nicely as expected with Sony televisions. So let me know what you think of the ultimate Sony entertainment setup. Thumbs up if you're a Sony fan or if this video helped you out in any way. I will follow up as soon as I get my hands on the Sony A95K or the X95K. Not sure which one I should get, so let me know which one I should get in for the next video. Check the links down below so you can check current pricing because you never know when these things will go on sale. Subscribe for more Sony TV and audio content coming up in the future, and I will see you in the next one.